What's up, guys? Just want to make a quick little video while I'm still getting everything going with the podcast. We did our first episode yesterday. It was really, really solid. Gonna get it to you guys on audio format. That's like my goal. So I'm trying to like sort out how to make all that happen and maybe make some edits too. Like try to figure out like something simple like some music or whatever to start it out. Besides that, I want to speak a little bit about spiritual materialism. Let's go see if my cats are over here. Maybe it's too dark in this room. Yep. So I've been noticing this a lot lately, and it's something that came up during the podcast. Here's Miss Mika and Mr. Felix, by the way. So it's been coming up a lot, and I see it more and more. So a lot of people I've known, like I've been doing what I've been doing for years now, and I've seen that I've had kind of an interesting trajectory where I started off like when I had my like whatever you want to call it, like when I started becoming a spiritual person, and I had this almost like this pink cloud effect where like everything was amazing, and like I'm not gonna lie, I had somewhat of quite a spiritual ego where I genuinely thought that because I knew all these things and because I was meditating and doing whatever the fuck I was doing, that I'm not gonna say I thought it made me better than other people, but it made me more, I guess, like evolved or advanced or like on another level, kind of. And as many spiritual people find, like that's kind of what happens at the start. Then with time, you typically realize like how limiting that belief is and how like it's straight bullshit, because you start to fall into the pink cloud fades, and maybe you start to fall into some old habits or becoming less involved with your spiritual practices or whatever it may be, and then you start to reassemble kind of like your old ego, like your ego before you were spiritual, but you reassimilate it with what you've taken in from like this initial period of time. This is how it was for me and how it was for like lots of people, right? So it's like you kind of go back to your old self, but you're never actually your old self. Like I'm back to like me, like watching sports, like same like dark sense of humor, but I had this whole other side that's like with the wisdom of astrology and this interest in the occult and way deeper understanding myself. But I see people take it to, and this is how it relates to spiritual materialism, is that I don't consider myself, just because I know these things and I'm an astrologer, and I could be so fucking like have such a high spiritual ego. I mean, like the gift I have with astrology, to be able to see a chart and know so much about like something that's so hidden in my view, like be so ahead of other people in terms of like my understanding of history, my understanding of the real point that we're here, and the real, and I'm not just saying like I guarantee the people listening to this are probably on that same level as me. I'm just saying comparing like the general population. But I don't have this because it doesn't serve me. And I don't believe that just because I like it was in my karma to learn all I've learned. To me, it's also very humbling, and I always, especially lately, I've really tried to remember to stay humble. Learning any type of information is just like any type of wisdom is a gift, and like when I've been writing my book, I've been kind of like realizing like how lucky. It's not luck, it's karma, but like how my karma was aligned for me to learn all I've learned. It's not from me being special, or okay, we're all special in our own way, but like so much came from it being in my karma. So when I see people who are like, maybe like I helped, like there's several people that I kind of helped, if you want to say, like get into spirituality, like maybe like different males or whatever. And it's just disappointing to like see like various people who, like I really put quite a bit of effort into, like friends or whatever, getting started and kind of kick pushing. I'm not taking full credit for it, but I definitely was one of the forces. It kind of sucks for them to like get to a place where they think they're so high that they think they're like better than, like, they're like comparing themselves spiritually to me, and it's like, oh, he's not, he's doing this and that, like he's not, you know he's cussing, or he's eating chicken, um little things like that, to try to like make yourself better. And you see the video I posted on Feel Good, what he was saying yesterday, um about just the idea of like, when someone is really pure, they're not going to be throwing that kind of shade on someone else. They're like, if someone's a pure vegan, they're not going to be like, oh, condemning people for eating meat, because everyone has different karma. And so much of spiritual materialism and spiritual bypassing is based on the idea of pushing, of not dealing with something, right? Not dealing, say it's like anger, right? Or some big psychological issue. You're not dealing with it. Using like something like meditation or yoga or whatever it may be, which is, okay, it's temporary. Obviously, it has a long-term effect, but in its essence, like even if you meditated a bunch and then you stop meditating, like, it's true that it's working on some level. Maybe meditation is a bad example. That's a really bad example, because I actually do believe that meditation can be extremely healing on a deep, deep level. But basically, if you're doing a spiritual practice or using spirituality in a way where you're bypassing like something that you don't want to deal with, and then you maybe get back to like a normal way of being, and then, well, that same trigger, that same thing ticks you off, and you haven't gained anything. And in the meantime, you've been using spirituality to kind of like give you this feeling of superiority over other people. Mika, she just made a cute noise. Mika, what do you have to say, Mika? She's hiding from people who are spiritual bypassers, because Mika is a Scorpio, Aries Scorpio, and she's not afraid of the dark, and she is not afraid of the really dark and dirty transformation process that true spirituality encompasses, which is the archetype of Scorpio. And here, Felix, he's also not scared. You know why? Because Felix is a Scorpio too, but he's also a Leo moon and Leo rising. So not only is he not afraid of this process of deeply going into your shadow and truly evolving, not just create like wearing mala beads and fucking doing yoga and saying you're better than everyone. He's also a Leo, so he's an authentic. He's learned to really go within himself and express himself authentically, not just some bullshit version that's based off of like what you see some celebrity doing or someone in the media or your conditioning. He's really found it within himself. I mean, look at how he's sleeping. Look at that paw, how it's placed. But anyways, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. And there's so many of these ideas coming in my book, so I feel like it's like if something comes up and I feel something, why not make a video about it? Because I'm starting to kind of I'll never merge away from astrology, but I don't want to use the word career. It's a weird word. What's the word? Like my life, I guess. I'm cussing a lot too. The things I'm doing on a public level or midheaven level is going to evolve, and it's not going to be just astrology. I wish it could be. I wish I could just like make a documentary or make a video, and everyone in the world would know like what it means to have a Pisces sun and a Sagittarius moon, and this person has they're held back by their Capricorn moon. I wish that made sense, but it doesn't. So more and more I'm going to be going into types of creativity. We'll see if it works. I hope it does. I hope God and everyone, guides and whatnot, are with me. That I'm going to try to be appealing to the masses more. So that's another point with what I'm saying, and kind of the final point of this video is that in order to do that, you have to let go of a lot of your spiritual ego. Because if you have a spiritual ego, you're not going to want to hang out with people that aren't spiritual. You're going to want to just stick with your little clan and people that have the same thoughts as you, which I understand. It's natural for humans to want to hang out with people that think like them, and where conversations can flow and we guys have same ideals. But there comes a point where it's like you need to be able to connect. And Mika, so she's a very psychic cat. So when I said connect, she made a noise. So this means something. So I'm gonna really say what I was gonna say when I said connect. You really need to know how to connect with people from all walks of life and make an effort to not judge them and to not think that you're better just because you fucking like had the fortune in this life to learn what you've learned. Or maybe it's something within you, some skill, like this thing I'm talking about, this open-mindedness and curiosity and mental or intellectual curiosity, intellectual flexibility. Maybe that's something that you're gifted with and not everyone else is. So especially in these very divisive times, I think it's so important to try your best to not think you're better because you've found something good and found some level of truth. Let it humble you. Be grateful that you have it. And yeah. So I hope this video makes sense. I know I kind of go all over the place. I've been trying to keep my ideas more like coming back to a certain point, but sometimes I just go in different directions. It's that Pisces energy. So yeah, little life update. I'm busy, but I have room for clients. So yeah, the clients that I have, they're gonna be done soon. Don't worry. Or the clients readings that I currently haven't done, I've just been like really fully thrown into the school year. I didn't have any preparations, and obviously the book, just different projects. But I think this weekend I'm gonna do one tonight, and then this weekend, yeah, I'll get the other ones done. But like to anyone else interested, yeah, go to my email or my website in my bio, and you can purchase them straight from there and DM me with any questions. And if finances are an issue, you can also message me and we can try to figure something out. So cool. Thanks so much. And hope you guys have a great day.